My name's Ellen Holmes. I work for Cycling UK as Cycling Development Officer in Greater Manchester. Cycling UK started life as a cyclist touring club in 1878, so we've been around for quite a while. We started life basically as a cycling club that just got bigger and bigger and bigger, so we had different chapters all over the country and kind of thousands of members. And then over more recent years we've taken more of an active role in kind of championing cyclists' needs, so campaigning, running training courses, running programmes on the ground to get more people on bikes. And as that side of our work kind of developed over the years, we realised that cyclist touring company kind of didn't really sum up what we were anymore. So we changed our name to Cycling UK. From there became a registered charity, and kind of that's where we are today. My role is Cycling Development Officer, so there's a network of people doing this role across England and across Scotland. So we're essentially kind of people working on the ground in local areas, running a variety of different projects, mainly kind of behaviour change projects, so all about breaking down barriers to cycling, getting more people on bikes and trying to just get more people cycling in the local area. What's the latest? So we've had a really busy summer. Our Big Bike Revival programme, which is one of our behaviour change programmes, has had about 300 events in Greater Manchester this summer, so it's been very busy. It's been brilliant. Yeah. So as we head into autumn now, that's winding down a bit and we're kind of looking forward at what comes next. We've also got a e-cycles programme in the area, so that's making cycling easier, so people can borrow e-cycles on loan for free to try those out, or people can go to kind of a try it out session and try out an e-bike. So that programme has also been really popular and busy throughout summer. We've got a whole host of community cycle clubs in the area who run regular rides and that kind of activity, so they've all been busy as well. And we've also been doing a lot of training courses, so ride leader training, first aid, bike maintenance, mountain bike leader, to kind of upskill more people to get out on bikes and kind of share the adventure. So our campaigns team work kind of really pushing, kind of championing the voice of cyclists, so people who maybe already cycle and have issues with behaviour of other road users, like say potholes, that kind of thing. So the campaigns team campaign to local and national government to try and get those issues addressed and higher up the agenda, to campaign for kind of more funding to be poured into that. Then ourselves in the behaviour change team, we do a lot of work to try and get new people on bikes, or try and make sure people feel confident if they're not, so they don't cycle so often, or it's something that they're new to. So we do that through running a variety of different programmes, projects and activities where people can kind of come and give cycling a go in a safe environment, upskill themselves a bit, kind of develop that confidence, so that then once they get out on the roads, kind of they do feel a bit more kind of safe and comfortable out there. Big Bike Revival is a great example, so things like Dr. Bike. We know that one big barrier to people cycling more is affordability, so buying a bike, it's not cheap, and then keeping it running again. Cost of living crisis is affecting everybody there, so just being able to get your bike checked over and repaired for free can be a real game changer for some people, and being able to either keep cycling or kind of get out there on a bike that needed a bit of TLC. They might have had a puncture for ages and finally got it fixed or something like that. Also like adult cycle confidence sessions, so a surprising number of people either didn't learn to ride as a child, or they might have ridden as a child and had a really long break for whatever reason. So just being able to go to a session where there's other adults in the same position as you and all learn in a comfortable environment and build up that confidence together can really make someone feel better kind of when they do try and get out there on the bike. What's in the pipeline? So within our behaviour change team, we'll be running a winter wave of Dr. Bikes and Big Bike Revival events. So we'll be working with local organisations, community organisations, delivery partners across the region. We're looking at things like get your bike ready for winter events, or kind of other activities that can take place over the colder months of winter, just to kind of show people you can still keep cycling through those months, and to try and keep people on their bikes throughout that period. So that's what's coming up over the next few months. So there definitely is a gender gap in cycling. It's something that we're quite aware of as an organisation. So women are significantly less likely to cycle than men. It's the same with a few different sports and physical activities. I think Sport England are well aware that there's an overall gender gap there. I think the reasons behind it are quite complex. But yeah, definitely some of it I would say is to do with feeling safe, feeling comfortable, feeling like cycling is something that's for you. So definitely perception of what a cyclist looks like, or people thinking, how will I wear my hair, what do I have to wear, lycra, do I have to buy all this kit, what kind of bike do I need? It can feel quite overwhelming kind of getting into it if you're starting from fresh, so that can definitely be a barrier for people. So within the Manchester region, over 50% of attendees at Big Bike Revival events are women, which is fantastic. That's kind of much more than the general gender cycling gap shows, so we're definitely kind of working a lot more with women. We work closely with a lot of cycling groups and organisations who run events kind of specifically marketed to women and kind of tailored to women's needs, so addressing things like childcare, which can be a big barrier for some people, or just running events that are delivered by female mechanics or female cycling instructors, so that people can really see themselves represented and feel like it's kind of a safe space. And then nationally, so we have our Women's Festival of Cycling, which we promote, and we also have 100 Women in Cycling, which is a chance for people all across the UK to nominate women that they know who are doing an amazing job of kind of pushing cycling. So it's a chance to really celebrate the people who are out there doing great stuff, as well as showcase some role models for other women to kind of see and help people get involved. Definitely, yeah, I'd say kind of spend a bit of time planning routes. Sometimes you can feel like you have to throw yourself in at the deep end and I can't cycle because I don't feel safe on the roads or something like that, but there's plenty of parks or cycleways where you can kind of get yourself into it or back into it in a really kind of safe, traffic-free environment to give yourself that space and confidence to build up your skills. And definitely kind of by spending a bit of time looking on the maps and planning out the routes, you can plan a route that you feel more comfortable with rather than feeling like you have to jump out there on the main road straight away. Again, I think route planning can make a big difference if you can find someone to cycle with. So if you have a look on the Cycling UK website, there's lots of different local groups in Manchester you could try and join for all different abilities. So groups for complete beginners, learning to ride for the first time, up to people going up to 100 miles, that's not me, at the weekend. But yeah, so kind of finding a local group, finding other people to ride with, kind of planning your route out, and yeah, just doing a bit of research before you get out there, because there's so much going on in Manchester. I think there's some fantastic stuff out there, and it's really exciting to see it all coming through. I think pretty much every time I ride through the city these days, I come across a new bit of cycle lane being built or a new area being developed, and it really does make a difference. Like when I'm route planning myself, sometimes I'll kind of go out of my way to make sure I'm riding on more comfortable roads to ride on where the infrastructure's better, rather than just whatever the quickest route is down kind of a less pleasant road. So it does make a huge difference, and it's really exciting to see it all coming through. And I think you're just seeing more and more people on bikes in Manchester, so it is making a difference. It's really cool to see. Definitely, yeah. I think, where we are now, I'd never been here before today, so there's so many hidden gems out there to discover. But I think the canal network's really cool in Manchester. You can kind of really get around different parts of the city, and there's some really kind of picturesque areas that you just wouldn't think were in the middle of the city centre, but you can discover those on the canal, on the Fallowfield Loop, those kind of quiet cycleways, which are actually just on the doorstep of the city, which is really cool. But definitely, yeah, kind of Fallowfield Loop, heading out to Reddish Vale, places like that are really nice. Kind of views of the Pennines in the background and stuff like that. So you've got city in one direction, hills in the other. It's kind of best of both worlds, really.
A very special thank you to Ellen Holmes and the rest of the Cycling UK team for helping make this interview happen. You've been so helpful throughout, and we really appreciate everything you've done. Also, a very special thank you and shout out to the lovely warm welcoming team of Ordsall Hall in Salford. You were so accommodating on the day and before, and this is definitely a place we recommend paying a visit to.